Relia back onto one of these more traditional carry champs.
Yeah.
Makes sense after last game, I think. Just
Yeah.
didn't... I mean, obviously game 1 played the Udyr, looked good, it did well.
Yeah.
Game 2, not so much. Getting back on this carry. Counter pick as well.
Yeah. So it's going to be the ADC center again.
Yeah, and it's going to be, once again, the on-hit Varus, so...
Yeah, I think he could have gone lethality again this game and really capitalized on how much AP is on his team.
I'm one that would agree, but... I mean, it worked out in game number 1, and he played really, really well as the on-hit Varus in that game, so...
I mean, yeah. I mean, you struggle killing the Cassante, but you've got Gwen for that. We'll see how it plays out. He had a great game on the on-hit Varus game 1, so I don't blame him.
It is absolutely true. Now, Relia is going to be walking into Lakai, but I don't think Lakai is going to look for a trade.
Relia can E onto him. Yeah. Hard to get much done into the Cassante, though, unless you're willing to push Ghosts and trade those sums.
For sure. Now, Minji should find this lane to be fairly okay for himself. Has gone for the Aerie, which makes sense into Akali.
Yeah, in the melee matchups, the Aerie feels a lot better. You get a lot of autos off. And it's going to be Glacial on the Rel. And Glacial on the Nautilus, too. I think we both agree we like the Glacial more than the Aftershock.
Yeah, I think it is very much sort of a personal preference thing.
Yeah.
In many ways, but certainly for me, if I'm playing a sort of engaged support, Glacial feels better. Because generally you don't really care if you die.
Yep, so Relia's going to have an easy time in this lane for the first few levels. Cassante not really going to be able to do anything in these extended trades with Gwen. And then once he gets to about level 6, 7, 8, Gwen is under some pressure and has to play safe. And then after first item, Gwen is, off to the races. Really getting beaten up in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think losing more health than you perhaps want to, and a large part of that is because of the level 1 where he traded very, very aggressively. Now, Renier is up here very, very early on. There isn't any CC. This is a little bit dodgy. They do connect with that Q, but Lakai might trade it back. Oh my god, it's so low. He has the Q3 available. He's using it on the minion. He hits 3. Unstoppable. And at this stage, it might just be over. That's the first blood. That is...
no. Game 1, we saw a very clean dive from West Point onto Lakai. Cassante not quite as easy to dive.
No.
And Gwen not quite as good as setting up the dives early game as the Udyr was.
Yeah. I mean, I understand the thought process, but... I mean, as soon as that initial dive doesn't work out...
Yeah, you just have to get out of there.
Yeah, you no longer have any business staying.
Once he hits level 3, honestly, the dive is over. They did a good job of getting onto him while he was still level 2 before the cannon died, but Lakai does a good job of just focusing down the wave here. It's amazing they landed the Lee Q here. Actually smites the creep to get it. I wonder if Relia could have tanked one more tower shot and let Renier finish the kill. But it wasn't even particularly close.
Especially not by this point.
Yeah. Well played by Lakai.
Absolutely, and now he has, on his first recall, picked himself up a Negatron Cloak, and he will feel very happy up in this lane for quite a while.
Yeah, has a red buff too.
Yeah. I mean, well, he's still going to trade okay, but...
Yeah.
Certainly not the trades it could have been.
Yeah, it's just going to make it a bit scarier for Relia at 6, but should be fine. Should be doing okay on the... Uh-oh.
No, this could be a problem. Okay, no. He's able to just dash away. But still, this is not how you want this lane to look.
Yeah, these trades are rough.
Dash is used by Lakai, but Relia is very low. I think this is not a given, and Lalva's in the area. This Zinzao can make it here in time. Lakai will be able to reduce a lot of damage. And I think Relia might...
Rough.
Oh, and Yursan is here. Oh, this is not good. That's another kill for Lakai.
Cha's here, but I don't think there's much to do at this point.
No. Ooh. Fancy feet.
We'll just lose his flash. Nice rotation by Ursan. Gets here so early. I think both teams recognizing that the play is going to happen around Minji.
Oh, okay, and that's just a solid
killed
bolo.
Noli.
Well, I mean, West Point, they picked up game number 1, and then J-Team had enough.
Yeah, J-Team really just woke up, and I mean, Minji was having a great game 1 and came back with the vengeance these last 2 games.
Yeah, and while, of course, you expect Akali to lose fairly heftily in terms of the lane phase, it's not usually her getting solo killed.
No, not at all. This was already a very dicey play. I think they know their Nautilus is coming, and they maybe just don't expect Rel here, and they don't expect Xin here before the Nautilus.
Yeah, and I've seen Lakai with 1 kill on Cassante before.
Yeah.
He's got 3 now.
Yeah.
Okay, now what happened mid?
I think he just hit 6 here. Minji. Wow. Minji QWs onto him, and it also kills the 2 range minions, getting him 6 and then ults. Really nicely played by Minji.
Yeah, quite happy, and I would be too. Yeah, this game is now going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw West Point 6 kills up in the first game. Struggle to close the game out. So we'll see how they do, with this kind of disadvantage. This is their worst early game so far this series.
Yeah, lost chapter on Minji to the Dark Seal and boots for Noli, so feels pretty good to be this Orianna. Larva, though, not going to let Noli get out of that shroud without burning a summoner, and that will be the flash.
Yeah, no 6 on the Lee Sin means you just can't take that 2v2.
Ooh, but a 4v2 you can maybe take, although J-Team's going to be here too. Chain of Corruption comes through. There is no Xin Zhao ult. Is going to get bought in, and that is a very good shockwave. Larva still surviving. Heal even coming through here from Chi-Chi, and that's just a clean 2 kills.
Yeah, I mean, it almost looked like J-Team wanted them to engage onto them. The way Lava was just standing in front of them, not really worried about getting Nautilus hooked at all. Does get Nautilus hooked and doesn't really come that close to dying.
Sure, it's going to be first dragon. Very well-timed shockwave.
Yeah.
To both peel some damage away from Larva, as well as obviously put down a lot of damage. Hook comes out. Don't think much will happen from that. But
just stopping backs, I think. Normally this is a great 2v2, especially in this kind of situation, but Lee Sin's not 6, Xin is, so they decide to not take it, just flash out. And here, Larva on the Xin is not scared of getting hooked at all. He turns around. He's just dangling himself as bait in front of this Nautilus, hoping he gets hooked. He does get hooked, and they manage to just pick up 2 kills, I believe. Yeah, they get the Lee as well. And I stand corrected. He did come very close to dying.
Yeah.
But without level 6 on the Lee Sin, they can't quite take him out.
And I didn't catch it in the fight, but Yosan's crashdown actually cancelled Noli's R1.
Oh.
Yeah. So Noli pressed his R and got cancelled by the knockup.
Wow.
And so obviously, yes, you can still do damage with the R2, but...
Yeah. Nice flash from Cheng.
Yeah, Cheng answers immediately, so it is just going to be the flash trade. But again, trading your support that has Hex Flash for Cheng9, who does not.
Yeah. Then he has a harder time just operating without flash on hit Varus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has to play very respectful of the Orianna now.
Now, Rinya is 6 this time.
Yeah.
Larva going to get kicked away and kicked into Noli, but does have flashback available. Through will come the center ults, and the play seemingly fizzled out, although Minji is arriving. And Yosan not so convinced it's over.
Oh.
Stun lands. Shockwave will just barely connect, and Yosan claims himself 1, and more damage even over now onto this Varus.
Yeah. Minji shows up second to the fight, but lands a really nice ultimate. Recognizing they can just chase the Nautilus. I think his flash was just coming up as what happened here. Oh, Relia's under the 4-0 Cassante's tower. And does die for it. Does get a plate, but I don't think that was the plan.
He dodges all the Qs.
Yeah. but just too far behind at this point. I think he already had Rookern. As it looks pretty good initially. He kicks him. Oh, the Verisol. The Verisol just not coming out in time. He's able to flash it. This shot does have flash here. I think he just thought this Orianna ult wasn't landing, and it almost didn't.
It was very close. Oh. J-Team will once again pick up these Void Grubs. I believe they will have 6 this time. So, even more power. It is the Recurn finished by Lakai, so... Yeah, Gwen is not going to be doing much for a long, long time. Flash will connect onto Menji. He does have Flash available, but Rep's charge comes out. Shuriken lands. They're not going to continue.
2 levels down on the Akali.
Well, Magnastorm comes out. Renier likely going down. Does use that Dragon's Rage kick, but Ignite will tick away. Claim yet another one. That's 9-0 now. Currently, sitting here playing for a perfect game. Our J-Team. All Void Grubs.
Yeah.
The Dragon. No deaths.
Yeah, and I mean, after game 1, it feels like J-Team kind of just woke up and...
Look at that shield. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Really playable. Oh, Relia. You are not long for this world. Or are you?
Yep.
No. And Lakai even tanking it up.
Yep.
So there's never any risk of a return kill. It's going to be the first tower now going down. Lakai finding himself exceedingly far ahead after what was a fantastic game number 1 for Relia.
Yeah, and we've seen Lakai just completely take over games by himself. When his team is extremely behind, he's able to carry.
Oh, and they're not.
Spots. Yeah, and they are not behind at all.
Renier barely more gold than his Nautilus.
Yeah, Renier's having a rough one on the Lee Sin. Nothing really working out for him. Feels like every play he goes for, he ends up just dying.
Yeah, the 0-4-0 happens. Big jobs.
Yeah, really unfortunate on the top dive. I mean, it was pretty dicey going in and, you know, pans out unfortunately. Kind of downhill from there. He's just a level down and a lot of skirmishes to those in.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 2 no CC champions that rely on skill shots to do their damage, well, Gwen is hard to argue as an actual skill shot. When it comes to a tower dive, it certainly is. You have to play it to perfection for it to really pan out, especially against a champ like Asante. Now, they might look once more onto Lakai.
This will be a hard one.
Yeah, if he gets an all-out over a wall, he might just kill whoever he takes. They're sending a 3rd member, and Lakai's still walking forward. Hex Flash is going to come out. Oh, he doesn't make it over the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, he's just...
Send 3 members, and he's not really backing down.
Yeah, he hasn't lost his Recurn shield yet.
No item completed yet on the Lee Sin. And J-Team will get the Dragon. They did send 3 up top to deal with Lakai. So there's the first item for Gwen. I don't know if it's going to swing this matchup very hard.
I don't think it will yet. I think at this stage you really are looking for 2, maybe even 3, just because of how far ahead Lakai is now.
Yeah. You know, eventually the item advantage, you know, doesn't matter when you're a champ like Gwen into a tank, but for now, she will be struggling.
I mean, more than that, it's also 2 levels, right? So, looking at once again for Relia. This is going to be able to get away.
Has to use the Shroud, though, so it's kind of difficult for him to walk up to this tower.
Yeah, this is gone. Now only mid tower remains for these Elders, and you have Nuli matching up into Lakai, who will fare even worse, I dare suggest.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to get Gwen back into this Cassante ASAP.
Rift Shield now is alive. See where, or if, I guess, J-Team want it. Putting Lakai bot does suggest that that is their intention, and he does have teleport available.
Yeah.
All teleports, in fact.
I don't think West Point are going to contest this. They're so close to completing items on just about every champ.
Wait a second.
See how this goes. I mean, Lakai doesn't really have to back off the wave here.
Oh no. Aurelia might have stood too far up.
Because they're not even going to go for it.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they win. I genuinely do not believe it's a winning fight.
Yeah, once Gwen goes down, he can kill the Gwen, and once Gwen goes down, he's just going to be able to clean up the Lee Sin and the Nautilus. They decide to just recall, finish their items. Hopefully they've got Blade on the Varus now, Sterak's on the Lee Sin, and should be Rocket Belt very soon on Nully.
Oh, we're going to have a Drifter.
Here we go. Seen good driving from Renier. We'll see how Lava does.
Okay.
So far, so good. Yeah. And they should be able to get a second charge as well.
There's some question mark pings going on.
Yeah.
Katamogi.
Yeah, we're going to let that one go.
The old backwards rift here. There's the 5 missing pings.
Yeah. I think it was on a super... Oh, is Lakai's looking?
Yeah, Lakai has taken Char very low and, in fact, walked to the side and dodged out of a chain of corruption as well.
Yeah.
Just for good measure. Now, Char does live, but ultimately, what does that really matter?
Holds on to his flash, too.
Yeah. Only using Ignite.
I think when he clicked the Rift Herald, it was like right on top of the tier 1 tower, like the little rock that got left behind, and I think he was worried about it bumping into it. I was worried about it bumping into it.
There you go.
Maybe not straight backwards. As God, Lakai is so strong.
Oh yeah.
I almost wish they tried the 3v1.
Yeah, he's going to have a Iceborne Gauntlet now too. There it is.
Yeah.
So, has an extra slow, has a bit of damage reduction too. Yeah.
And it's going to be Gwen that's got to be worried in the side lane for now.
Sterak's first for the Lee Sin.
Yeah, I'm not
sure.
New
technology. I think it's because he is so far behind now. The shield is probably just better.
Yeah.
Then what else would you have? Sundered Sky. I don't think you're going to be getting a whole lot of healing done.
Yeah.
You're probably going in and dying. And
it's really should just be able to ghost out.
Yeah, your son does look for it, but I mean, no one's close enough to actually follow up. And so, does pop the ghost. And so far, we are still on track for that perfect game.
Yeah.
I remember last year in the PCS, there was one game that was almost a perfect game. It was PSG, and they ended up trading a bot lane outer turret to win the game. Renier will jump away. Everyone will get out there. They were looking for something onto Minji, and they do get his flash as well as his ult. Ooh, up top.
Kai very close to going down.
Yeah.
Cheng doing plenty of damage to him, with him mostly just stacking MR. But West Point just needs so many members to make any play that they're just going to be taking a lot of damage on their towers.
Yeah, Renier might be looking here. Seems a little bit scary, but...
Yeah. Going to lose their bot tier 2. And Aldous might look. Doesn't quite make it over, but...
Now it's J-Team's turn to pounce. Down will go Char, and it looks like everyone else is far enough away to stay safe. But it's most likely going to be this dragon going down. There's a lot of pings on the top tower. I wonder if they're going to save it.
Uh-oh.
All right. We're focused on this perfect game.
Yeah, the perfect game stays alive.
I think that teleport is telling me we want this perfect game.
Yeah, I think they're aware too. Looking to make a bit of a statement.
It's really, really difficult because in general, at some stage of the game, you go to do something and it's traded on the other side. Minji. Oh, nice work by Renier to be able to find that spell shield. Oh my god. Okay, perfect game's over. But in will come Yurasan, trades back 1 kill. And Ralia is also going to be going down. No ghost available, of course. The slow coming through as well from Lakai means there is not a whole lot of living. Does manage to clear out most of the wave.
Yeah,
perfect game now dead.
Yeah, they get the kill on Minji, lose 2. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be the Baron, just because I think Minji is their main source of Baron damage.
Yeah, definitely. But to be fair, they're probably content with not taking the Baron yet anyway. They can honestly just look to dive pretty much whenever.
Yeah.
So as long as you want to set up, then you can probably set up, look for a dive. I mean, you see the gold graph there on your screen, 9.5k ahead. It's a fairly insurmountable number when you're 20 minutes into a game.
Yeah. And there's also always just the wait 4 minutes and get soul.
Yeah, exactly.
And this Cassante will be completely unkillable.
I've never seen that one. Little teacup.
Teacup. You don't love to stall and just wait for Dragon against the Gwen. You know, is putting you on a timer. But, I mean, she's just so far away from having any pressure against this Cassante.
Yeah, this timer is pretty large as things stand.
Yeah, it's going to take a big mess up from J-Team.
Well, he does have Ghost, also does have that needlework, does get that out, but is she going to survive? Looks like she will. Chain of Corruption comes through, but it's all onto a Xin Zhao who does have his ult, pops it, takes no damage. No one really does. And Relia limps away, but importantly does get away. Doesn't have teleport though, as Noli likely to claim their first tower of the game down on this bot side. It is also objective gold, so feels okay to get that, of course. It gives your Gwen some gold.
I like this from West Point. They're actually managing to trade objectives across the map, and they are not buying that J-Team are hitting the Baron. They know that J-Team's Baron is very weak, so they're just not buying it. They're taking it very slowly, walking through their jungle, scouting with Lee Sin Qs. As I think we've seen the Sakali build before, though I don't remember who built it.
I don't know. We've seen a number of Akali builds. Thankfully, they've stopped building Storm Surge. Was really strong at the beginning of the season, but after a few nerfs, it's no longer what it once was. I think the Lich Bane is just better.
Yeah, Lich Bane very strong, and Leandries. We saw this exact build against a comp with a lot of melee champs in it.
I think it was Cascada, maybe?
Maybe.
I think
it was either Cascada or Jimmian.
Oh.
I can't remember. But it was very strong. A much different game.
Yeah. And there were a lot of tanks. And admittedly, while there isn't a lot of tanks that you're up against, there's a Cassante who stands unkillable right now.
Yeah.
So just that extra health damage is going to be so important. 2 items now for Cheng9, who's playing completely fine. But just kind of the entire map around him falling.
Yeah. Yeah, we see this so often with West Point games where just one member will have a terrible game as Cha is in trouble.
Yeah, Cha is. He does teleport or flash away and
I don't know how
going
much
to use
good
the
it'll
depth
do.
charge. But as things stand, running to the opposite side of the rift, I think he should just get out. I think J-Team should just turn around and look for something else. But, I mean, they're not going to let him. He is going to go down. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Looks like it will be
he'll
now.
go down.
Lava gets onto him. Takes care of that kill and...
He's actually worth 170 gold.
Yeah, there's a couple members that are currently 0-4.
Yeah. Yeah. Catches up with his teammates.
It's so sad. The Cheng9, I mean, he's doing a serviceable job. This is the worst part about games like this as the AD carry is you're actually pretty strong, but you are probably doing the most damage out of everyone, aside from Minji hitting a big ult.
Yeah.
But you just have to do even more damage there to ever get through this Cassandra, who's now at 3 items.
Yep.
Finishing up his Jack Show as his 3rd.
And Relia can't even finish his 2nd item here.
Malva looking. Teleport coming through here for Minji. And the guy's found himself a nice flank. And Cheng9 stood unkilled, but he won't for much longer as Lakai has found his way onto that Varus. He finds a 2-man knock-up. All the follow-up in the world. Nuli will be going down. Relia does remain up. Oh, Nuli flashes out. Maybe we'll be able to survive. We're actually still going to look for Relia as we're tower diving. There too. Nexus towers. Shroud comes out. Minji's trying to do damage. Can't through the Shroud. And eventually that will be the Gwen as well.
I mean, you see how strong the Gwen is this game, though. She manages to almost take out the Cassante. Granted, he is diving their Nexus. before they've even taken an inhib. But yeah, you know, what could have been maybe with the Gwen and Cheng with so much to do, J-Team kind of just never give him a chance to do it. They blow a lot of sums on him.
Nully's gone in. He doesn't have ult. He's in the Shroud. He's trying to find some damage, but ultimately there's not really much for him to do.
Yep.
25 minutes in, and the game will end. Interestingly, that game seemed way more